My mom died when I was in SS1 and I was sick for a whole term.
Like when I lost my mom, I realized what it felt like when people tell you, I'm sorry.
I lost my mom when I was 14.
We are orphan groups.
I can't laugh to that, but okay. Hello everyone, welcome to another amazing episode of Say What You Know. My name is Lala Kwemi and welcome to Say What You Know. On today's episode, guys, I have my amazing guests, amazing friends, amazing people who are here to talk about grief, heavy. And I'm not going to tell you what I thought about this episode. I'll just start an introduction and let you flow from there and you guys will get the picture. So on my right, I have with me...
Hi, I'm Joan. Yeah.
Hi, Joan. I call you Joanne.
Anyone is fine.
Okay, cool.
Hi, Christopher.
Yeah, guys, Chris has been here before, but is back because the podcast is interesting, so he came back again. On my left,
I'm Oprah.
hi, Oprah.
Hi.
What's up?
I'm bye.
So, guys, the first question before we start on my podcast is always, what does love mean to you? That's the first question I ask. And I'm going to start with Oprah.
What does love mean to
What
me?
does love mean to you?
I think love is sacrifice.
Yeah,
I think that's like the biggest definition of love, sacrifice, bending over for other people to make other people happy, even though if it just makes you feel bad at that moment, but you just want to make them happy. So I feel love is sacrifice.
Oh, that's heavy. Joanne?
Yeah, I think I'll add to what Oprah said. It's sacrifice. I didn't mean you asked me first. I would have said the same thing. But compromising for your loved one is a very big one for everyone because, trusting as well. There's no love without trust. Yeah.
Christopher.
I would say love is something worth dying for. It's the reason why a lot of us exist. It's the reason why our parents came together. It's the reason why we're all on this chair. It's the reason why there's a team or a community of people that do things together, whether it's unconditional or conditional. It depends on what you feel it is. But for me, it defines our actions in the best way that we least expect. At times you will not know you're doing it or you're feeling it, but you're doing something for someone without realizing it. To me, that's love.
Yeah.
So
That's cool. That's cool. I always tell people, I always say it on almost every episode that love means different things to different people, and that's why I like to ask people, what does love mean to you? So, and speaking about love, not even love now. So everyone on this chair right now, I'll say you guys are my friends. You've been to my house on my birthday. You're my friend for like more than 6 years right now.
Yeah.
And you're my worker buddy.
and I missed your birthday.
I sent your address when you not come to my house.
And did you invite me?
Oh.
It's true. But it's very cool. I understand.
All right. But like jokes aside, and I've had to talk to everyone on this chair on a deeper level, and you guys have something in kind of a common, which is lost. And I remember at the time, this was last year or 2 years ago?
Last year.
Yeah, when I saw Oprah and I did not know anything was going on with her, and we were together, and she literally just threw it as a bomb as, oh, my mom died, setting a few days ago or a few weeks ago.
No, a few months ago.
Yeah, and that was a shocker because she wasn't acting like something like that happened to her. And I think Christopher's one was I was driving. We went to a bar.
Was it after?
It was after the bar we had with our friends, and we're driving home, and he just threw it on me to that, he has lost his mom, and I'm like, oh shit, that's heavy. And June.
Joan, just got
Joanne, must stress me. And Joanne's own was, Joanne likes my podcast, so I think that's cool. I think you say you like my podcast. Say you like my podcast.
Oh yeah,
Thank you. So, and I was like, oh yeah, you can come on the pod. I was like, oh yeah, what's your story? And Joanne said she has lost her mom and dad. And I'm like, bro, that's heavy. Because I always say to my pod, my mom is literally for now, I'm not married or I don't have girlfriends. My mom's the love of my life. And I can't imagine how it is to lose someone like that. And people get to lose people every day. this is something that someone's going to lose someone today, someone's going to lose someone tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
Inevitable.
yeah,
People die every day.
yeah, and that's like that's why we're here to just like, and if you guys, certain things you guys can share to the audience, we would all love and appreciate like the story. So what is, wait, who have you lost?
Both parents.
Okay. Joanne, both parents.
We are orphan groups.
I can't laugh to that, but okay.
So if you have lost someone, there's a humor to it. There's a humor to it. When you lose someone,
but the crazy thing is, even when you lose one person, it feels like you've lost two. Because my mom was my mom and my dad. My dad is like my mom and my dad too. So it's like when one is not around, the other one takes a position or two at the same time. So
Is your dad alive?
well, alive and kicking.
Okay.
Alive and kicking.
Yeah, I think I understand what you're trying to say, because when I lost my mom, it felt like I lost my both parents all
Yeah,
over again.
yeah.
Yeah, because I was very young when my dad died. I think I was 10. Yeah, that was 2004, April. So it wasn't like it didn't hit me as much as everybody thought. Because I remember people saying, oh, she's a child, should we forget, blah, blah, blah. But I can still remember that day like it was yesterday. I can remember how everything, I can remember when my mom came back. I remember everything. So when they tell you is a child, like the child is going to move on, I don't think it's true. Because you go to school, people come with their parents, their dad, and you're just there. So that memory is always there. So that's it.
Yeah. You losing your mom, would you say that had like a like was that more because you're an adult now, and does that hurt more or still like the same?
That broke me. That was a lot because she fell sick and I was there throughout the beginning to the end. I was there, so it broke me in a very different way I can explain. But like I was saying to somebody the other day, I think I've healed from losing my mom.
You've not?
I said, trust me, you've not.
No, like the whole process, the whole last year, I think I've healed because there's something a friend told me when I lost my mom, because I didn't really, when I lost her, there were a lot of things going on at that time. I didn't have that energy to start grieving, like family, everybody. It was just me. My brothers were different, and it was just me because I was the first daughter, so it was very different. So I didn't grieve, and I had my friends always like, grieve, like let your pains out. And I was like, I'm grieving in the way I know how to. And I've seen people lose people, and I've lost people. I lost my cousin in 2020, so I know what grief did to their family. And I always told myself, grief will not do this to me. But I think one thing I should tell people is that whatever way you want to heal, heal. It really matters at the end, like it really matters at the long run, because I didn't know how much I was drowning till like December, and I went into a massive depression. I didn't talk about it, but like it's something I'm going to celebrate because it was a lot. That was when the whole pain and everything just came together, and that's when I felt my whole pain. But I'm not somebody that wants to start doing something stupid, so I just dealt with it the way I know how to deal with it, and one step at one step, you just get better. Just get better.
How long ago did your parents pass?
So my mom passed away 10 years ago, but before then, my dad got sick in 2003, so it was more like not having a dad, because he had a stroke and my mom was like everything. So before my mom passed on, it was just I and her. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Are you the only child?
No, so that's the problem. I'm not the only child. I'm the last born. So as at then, it was just me and her, while all my siblings were in Lagos. We lived together in Uyo. So for a while, people did not know I had siblings. We were that close. So not having a dad, like my mom was practically a single mom to me. Because as primary school, I always told people I don't have a dad. It was that bad. I was like, oh, what's it? I don't have daddy. Because
it's better than just
exactly, because I have to start explaining. Oh, my dad is sick. He's in this place.
I know kids are very, very, very
you
mean.
get like, so it was just my mom, and I always avoided that particular topic of dad. Then I don't think My dad's death really hits me like my mom. My mom died when I was in SS1 and I was sick for an whole term. Like a whole term, like they had to take me back home. They had to take me back home, bring me back to the school. I was still sick. Like, it was so bad that they had to even take me to church. I hope this girl will not die without water. But, yeah, it's a lot. I don't know how to say more than that because it's a lot.
And who died first? Your dad died first?
My mom
Oh.
Are you
Yeah, when did your dad pass?
passed on like last year.
Oh, wow. And he was
That
sick.
2023 was a
sick.
lot.
He was sick for...
He was sick for over 23 years, so I...
Wow.
So,
He was a strong soldier.
Wow. And he still stayed there.
that long and almost 9 years after his wife and all that, so it was a lot.
Yeah. Chris?
First of all, ladies, I don't know how you guys are doing it,
I
man.
don't know.
Two, no one, and that's, I must applaud you guys. It's not easy. I lost my mom when I was 14. I think like a month or two after my birthday, she always celebrated my birthday for me. My mom was a businesswoman. She always traveled out a lot. I always traveled with her too. Long story short, she was traveling to Singapore for the first time, Abuja Transit. So she sat all through during the flight. She didn't get up to stretch, nothing. The moment she got to Singapore, she was heading down the departure. She collapsed.
And that was it.
Before she got to the hospital, she was gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I know how it is bringing dead body
Body.
from another country.
So the shocking part was the news came to my school a week before I went home. So everybody that week was just so nice to me. Like, you know, like even your teachers are not flogging
We
you.
didn't even know.
Like, and I was in the boarding house, funny enough. The time she came to see me before she traveled, all she did, the only physical cash she gave me was 500 naira. I was pissed, man. Like that money before I spent that, and I never spent that cash right there in school. I had it on me for some reason. I refused to spend it. Not knowing that she gave my housemaster like I think about 50K. As I then with Chicken Republic, she bought things for me, and it was later I found out. So what happened was everyone was just so nice. I mean, I was like, okay, must be that time of the year or something. Like, I didn't know.
That the universe is falling into your
And a week later, my aunt came to pick me. Everybody at home was nice. I went home, I saw my mom's picture on the ground. It still didn't make sense to me. I went into the room, my sister came. Then what happened again? I think they made us eat, they made us laugh. And when they broke the news, before they broke the news to us, I was looking at my sister. After they broke the news to us, I swear to God Almighty, I couldn't see my sister, I just saw my mother. On my sister there and then. Like, it's one of the scariest things in my life. Like, I don't know whether I was God just wanted me to find comfort somehow. And before that time, I and my sister, we always fought. Cat and dogs, just a year difference. We never agreed on anything. We always had backlashes. To this, as I'm talking like this right now, I would die for her.
Okay.
Right now. Like, it took me, man, I cried.
Of course.
I know that one is a
See,
very...
I didn't, my rage, you know, as a teenager, you're experiencing life differently, hormones are rising. See, if I say I had a temper, I'm lying. I was hawkish at this point. Like, I was getting angry for no reason. The slightest thing people do to me, I was just lashing out. I couldn't control. I didn't know what was...
that's the way you were facing your own emotions.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on. It was so bad that I think I was in SS2 at this time. I was a senior prefect. I actually hurt one of my juniors. The boy did something. I just took something and threw behind, so I cut his leg. I didn't know what I was doing. I was really trying to balance the whole thing, and in the midst of everything, I really couldn't talk to my uncles, my mom's siblings and all that. I was always alone. So I will say this for a fact that I don't think I ever recovered from it. My sister says that thing from me because every now and then I still relive it. Like, it feels like it's a movie playing in my head all over again.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Yeah, because unlike my sister, sorry, I have a younger brother. Unlike my sister, I always talk about my sister. And my younger brother is also there. Just there's a, you know, that
Age group.
yeah, siblings and all that. One is closer to one another. My younger brother is crazy. He's somewhere chilling somewhere. But the thing is, I spend more time with my mom than anybody. Like, I feel if she was alive, I don't think we'll be here. You know this thing about when you say time travel and you change something in the past and all that. I feel like if your parents are alive, you won't be here. Something will actually affect
get what
your
you mean.
presence. Yeah.
I get what you mean.
So, in the midst of all these things, I feel everything shaped who I am right now.
Yeah, of course.
The life I live, the principles I hold by,
Yeah.
my values.
Yeah.
Because if my mom didn't pass, I don't think the relationship I have with my sister will be what it is right now. I don't think I will hold family.
Very dear to you.
Like, because I was just outrageous in my own world. I didn't know what being selfless was. I had to learn these things, try and experience. And if you ask me if I want to change time and bring my mom back, I wish I could just hear her one more time. But bring her back.
I'll take 20 out of my years.
Ah,
That's
bruh.
the one I have right now.
Like,
Just to hear her coming in
just
one
to
time.
hear one thing and it could just make me a better person. That's all I ask for. But to change and say, God, please bring my mom back, I might not be who I am right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there's something that like a lot of people deal with, like whenever like someone close to you passes, and what is like, because I mean, if I saw you when your mom passed, what is something that you would want me to say and something that you would not want to hear? What is something that you hated hearing?
I'm sorry.
Is a lot.
I'm sorry. I hate that.
No, I think before I lost my mom, and like I said, I lost my dad when I was very young, so I didn't really understand some part of it. But when I lost my mom, and I'm just saying this, like when I lost my mom, I realized what it felt like when people tell you, I'm sorry. And I'm not like, when I'm going through emotions, I don't like being touched. I don't like being touched and all. So those parts were very hard. And I'm not somebody that like communicated my feelings very well. There's one thing I'll never forget. I remember one time I just needed to cry. And I was tired of crying alone inside the room. So I just took my stuff and I went to my friend's place. And I could remember we're staying in our kitchen and I cried in that floor for something very personal that was hurting me at that moment. And after I finished crying, I carried my bag. It was raining outside and I carried my bag and I walked home.
Wow.
Under the rain, I didn't, like, those were signs that I was not okay. But I didn't say it like that. I just felt like, whoa, I don't cry, finish, let's go home. Let's just go. But I was just very tired of crying alone. And she stood there and she was crying on her own side. And when she came to touch me, and I was like, don't touch me. I took it very personal. She came again, I was like, don't touch me. And she just stood where she was. God bless my friends. They were very, very, very sweet. Everybody tried in their own best way to know how to communicate with me. Because if you saw me when I lost my mom, you will know when I actually lost my mom. I was going on with my daily life. I can remember when I came back, if I went on a proper dinner date. It was funny because I didn't want to think. It was a lot.
You want to go?
It was a lot. And the fact that I've not been to my dad's place since my dad died. And that was like, how many years? That was like 20 years, because my kid sister is 20. So she didn't meet my dad. So I've not been there. So I don't know, Igbo traditions, they're terrible people. I'm so sorry, but they're very terrible people. Everybody forgot that you were grieving. Everybody forgot that you were going through something. And they were just bringing the problems and the problems that needed to be fixed and the problems that needed to be like things that you needed to do. And it was just and everybody would call you because my brothers were not really interested. And my second born always say something. He doesn't have any parents right now, so he doesn't have anything to say. So everybody was calling me. The pressure was on me. I had to hold my loved ones. People would tell you, oh, yeah, they're mother now. And I'm like, gee, I'm just 27. Like, I am just 27. I lost my mom too, but everybody kept on telling me that you are your sibling's mother now, you have to grow up. And I had the younger one that was 19. She's already 20. So I knew I had to be there for her one way or the other. So I couldn't really show up my emotions to people. And nobody really cared. Nobody really cared. I'm saying, oh yeah, nobody really cared. My mommy's siblings were terrible people. I don't want to say they were terrible people, they lost somebody too, but everybody dealt with it differently. I remember somebody calling me. That was like something I will never forget. It came from somebody very close. I think that was the day I lost my mom, and she was like, it's better that she went than she stayed the way she was. And I'm like, you didn't take care of this person. I took care of this person. We stayed in the hospital from April 4th. She died on the 27th. So I took care of this person. And I remember when people are sick, they'll ask you if you want people to come over. And I knew my mommy had a lot of pride. And the situation she was in was terrible. Like, I remember the first time I came, she was on oxygen. She came out of the oxygen. When she saw me, she was because I was not staying with her at the moment. So when she saw me, she was very happy. And we were there. So I knew how she felt. So I didn't want people to see her in that situation. So for a typical person that did not see, maybe just had one or two to call me and tell me it's better that she died, that she lived as vegetable. And I'm like, you won't take care of this person. I will take care of her. So you telling me that was a very wrong thing. But people said so many wrong things. But I think I will do better when another person loses their loved one, because people said so many wrong things.
But do you think you only know this now because you've gone through it? And if you didn't go through it, you'd probably be like those people?
Nah, even then, I want to tell you sorry for your loss. Like, I feel like when people lose somebody, just give them space. And if they want you, they will act there.
Yeah.
You see all these things that family will come and gather you. A lot of them are not there for you.
Yeah, they want something.
Yeah, a lot of them are not there for you. They're just there. So when people lose their loved one, I remember somebody asking me, how am I going to be there for you? Those are questions you should ask people, not you forcing yourself into their... Like, sometimes they just want to be alone. Me, I wanted to be alone. Like, I love that. I wanted to be alone. So you asking people, how can I be there for you, is a very important question than telling people, I'm sorry for your loss, God knows better. Or they'll tell you, don't ask God why.
Don't question God.
Don't question. And I'm like, what do you want me to do? I should just be there and be looking at everybody. Like, I had to ask questions. But yeah, just always ask them, how am I going to be there for you? How can I be there for you? Or just be there in the best way you know how to.
What was yours?
I think for me was what happened. Please don't ask me what happened. Why?
You're trying to like...
Because, I mean, I'm grieving. I don't think I can tell you.
And they always want full gist.
Yeah.
They always want full
Yeah.
gist.
Yes.
At what time did it... Was it past 4:30?
I think for me, my mom also died in the hospital. She had kidney issues and it was really bad. So it was like a usual long vacation, August. I was so happy that long vacation, it was just I and my mom. We had just moved to our new house and I had my own room. So I was happy. And then I had this summer school I was going to. The first day I went, second day. And then the third day, she was like, she has been in the hospital, at church, you know, Nigerian parents and being over religious, that she had not been feeling well. I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. The next day, I still went, so think concern me, that's your church. Next day, when I came back, she had told me she drank like the whole paracetamol. I was like, nah, that's not good. And then I was just beginning to worry. Like I said, it was just Taya and her that were living together. So, I mean, my siblings were not around throughout, so it was just only me and her. Then the next thing, I just heard a very, like, my name, come, call my sister, let's start going. So there was this family friend that lived close to us, and I was a teenager, I was like 13, so I had to run to the man's house. The man came, carried us to, I think that was the beginning of my nightmare. Because since then, I slept in the hospital throughout my vacation, like the whole August. I wasn't at home. I was always at the hospital. From this hospital, the worst thing was that one of the teaching hospitals were on strike. So before we could see a doctor, we had to pay like extra, like it was a lot. Like,
Do you have PTSD from hospitals?
yeah, I do, especially like all those wards where you go in and people's lungs are... See, I don't
into a hospital building.
I don't go to the hospital because it's a lot. So
I met someone recently where I played tennis. I'm sorry if I'm playing a business outside. I met someone when I was playing tennis, and where I played tennis is where her father died. and she stays in the same estate with me, and we're talking. She just said, "Well, my father died here." I'm not joking. Like just like that. Like my father died here, and I'm like, okay.
He was playing tennis and he died.
Yeah, he was at 64. He had cardiac arrest.
Was it recent?
I think 2020 happened 2020 for her. Yeah, and that was heavy. I didn't even know how to even continue the conversation
I don't even
again.
know what to say.
I was like, shit, because I was even flirting. I'm like, I can't flirt again. And yeah, so I mean, so speaking about like, so with this, because you just told Oprah that, oh, she hasn't like fully recovered from this. What do you mean by that?
You can't fully recover. Sorry,
I don't think you can fully recover.
Okay. But letting go of some aspect, like the hospital thing. Did I say when I came back home, like every 4:30, my brain is up. Like till now, it still happens, but now it's better because in the hospital you have to be up 4:30 to get hot water, clean up the person, and everything. So that you can those parts of me seeing her in the worst situations, I think I've healed from it. Not losing her, but like it's a very different thing losing your loved one and seeing your loved one in a situation where they can't help themselves. Like even to sit up, you are pulling the person. Even like to use the restroom, you are helping the person. Mine was crazy. I did that alone with my mom's help. And I could remember the nurse, my mom was big, so only me had, like, you know when you're begging people to do things for you and they refuse, and I'm like, only me would jack her up. Where the strike came from, I didn't know. So nurses would come and be like, I should stop it, that's going to wound me and the rest. And I was like, when I beg you people, and when she wants to sit, the inconvenience is inconveniencing you too. So, and when you're begging people and they're complaining or something, and I'm like, why? And I'll pull her myself. There's one I can never forget. So that's why I say I'm healing. Her head felt like her body moved out of the bed. And she was not comfortable, and I was like, I couldn't pull her together. And my brother was at home, and she had to wait till 7 a.m. for my brother to come and pull her back to the bed. Like half of her body was closely going to the floor, and me trying. I remember I went outside and I cried a lot, and I came back, pulled her again. I couldn't. Pulled her like the third time and I couldn't. I was just like, and I called my brother. My brother was like, okay, they will start coming, but let him just wait till like 5:30 or 7 or 6 till when he came that time. That's when you had to push her and put her back in the bed. And those were the things I have healed from, because those were the things that really broke me. Not losing her. Those were the things that really broke me.
The pain she went through and
the pain she went through. I saw the most strongest person I know. I lost my dad 2004, and I lost my mom 2023. So my mom has been everything. I had a very good life. I went to the best school. I had like everything I am today is because of who she is and how much. So imagine seeing the strongest person you know. This time my mom, she has 9 life because she has been through a lot. There's a time she had an accident 2007 that almost damaged everything, but she still bounced back. So seeing that strong person lying down there, not being able to, and the drugs were so much, so it affected. That's why they told me it's better that she died. And so, but you, as a learned person, it was the drugs that were making her like maybe she would skip, she would forget who you are, or she would say something that doesn't relate to the conversation. I understood it because when she got better, because I didn't even tell people that we went home. They released us from the hospital and went home, and we thought everything was good. We went back again, and they put us back into the ward. And that's when she was like, oh, let me be going. Like after she came out from coma, we thought everything was good, and I was like, I can never forget. I told my friend that if I didn't lose my mom Easter Sunday, that I was not going to lose her again. It dealt with a lot of things. My faith was number one. My faith was being tested in so many ways because the day my mom died, I prayed for her. People came and they prayed for her. I just went downstairs to pick up a call because there's no network. We're in the last floor. So I like, you had to go downstairs to answer call, every other thing. So I went downstairs to pick call, and she was, when I came, her body, like her fairness was there. Her body was another, oh, my prayer was working and I slept. I didn't know she was dead.
Wow.
I didn't know. It was me waking up and she was gone. I didn't know. I touched her and I was even telling the person beside us that you people can see my prayer is working. And there's a time limit where the nurses do not come because they have to check the ward and the rest. So that's the time you have to use and sleep. So I slept and I woke up. and they were doing something. I was just looking at her, and she was not mourning in pain, and I felt like, oh, she was getting better. And the next person was like, check on your mom, and I was like, what kind of stupid talk is that one? That's how, like, and they touched her body was cold. They called the people and they were pressing. I was just looking at her there. And when they finished, I was just outside and I saw somebody tie her hand. I don't think I've ever felt rage. That woman was so big. If you see, I pushed her out of the way and I started slapping my mommy. Like I was slapping her on the bed. I removed those things that they tied, for her not to. So I removed this thing they tied on her hand and I was slapping her with so much pain. And I was like, who the fuck are you? Like, who are you leaving my kid sister for? Is it me? Like I was beating her with so much and I was the only one. Nobody was there. So my brother and I came. My brother was like, no, there's nothing wrong with her. I think at that point I knew she was gone. I just cleaned her mouth for her. And that's not even the painful part.
Oh shit.
I think this was not the painful part. The painful part was the next morning when I came to the mortuary and I saw her body lying on the floor. I died. Somebody that came to carry that dead body was the one consoling me and holding me. Because I walked from my house. When me and the mortuary attendants were coming together, they were entering inside the hospital. Me too, I was entering inside and they were like, and did you sleep? And I was like, because when I woke up and I was like, how did I sleep in this house? And she's not here. So I walked. I didn't even know. I just stood up from the bed. I didn't brush. I was still wearing the clothes I wore from the hospital. And I think I said, let me just open the door. From opening the door, I started walking. From walking, I got myself there. And immediately they opened it, her body was still on the floor because they had to put whatever they had to put inside her. And I saw one of the cleanest people I know on the floor with plank because they have not put her in the fridge, on the floor there. And that was when it hit me. That's when I realized because they told her body to put, I can't remember what it is. That's when I realized that, and her toenails were still shining. My mom was the person that, like, her toenails were still shining. And I was like, I looked at the very cleanest person I know that cannot match her leg on the floor, lying down on that floor, there, gone. I think those were the things that made me realize that this is going to be a very fucked up year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Very crazy.
Damn.
Joanne, let's say something.
Honestly,
Man, I'm really sorry.
You see, you don't say sorry.
Nah, no.
No, it's cool.
From someone who can relate, I deserve to say it.
Like, because when you lose people, the humor is there. You know, so when I said hi, orphan, like, I remember when friends called me that I've lost their parents, they said, welcome to the group. And they were the only people that made me feel good. Because they didn't call you to start asking what happened. I remember that call, a friend of mine was like, idiots, welcome to the group. Now you know what we feel. And I understood, that's it. So from us, it's always very different.
So, here's the weird part for me. I mean, I remember everything. The last things my mom ever made or cooked, I savored them for 6 months. Vegetable soup, I pinched it like once a week. I'm serious. The last amount of money she ever had in her personal things was about, like raw cash, was about 250K. I spent that money slowly. I spent it slowly till my aunt found out that my mom actually had cash and I kept it. I didn't want to give anybody that money. I didn't want anybody to know about it. Like, it was for me. It was for me. It wasn't for anyone. Or because the kind of relation, I feel I was the closest amongst my siblings to my mother. Because she called me one nickname, Buyu. She never used that name regularly. Like when I hear that thing, it's like when she kisses my dad on the face and he smiles on something. But when she calls me that name, it warms my heart so much.
What did they call you? What did she call you?
Buyu. Yeah.
Mine was Migwe. It's beauty and...
It sounds like a title, like a title.
Maybe that's what it is.
It's heavy. It's heavy.
Yeah, it was cute.
And another thing, I think, the weird thing about this experience was, that year when she passed, I haven't really celebrated. My mom passed away when she was 34.
Wow.
Yeah. She had me in her 20s, early 20s. I have not decently celebrated my birthday. Like I just accept the day, whatever happens, happens. I don't plan, I don't do anything. I have not in my life said I want to throw a party. Not once. All the times we do that at the gym, I'm being forced to do it all. And as an old member of, you just have to, but on my own I won't. And after that, I just go home, receive the phone calls. For a while, I just close my eyes and go back to when I was 14. That's exactly.
You just wanted that one person to want to wish you happy birthday.
And at times I smile through it, and I'm just grateful because I feel like who I am right now. I think I'm still growing. As a growing man, I would say I'm still growing into the empathic part of my mother, because she was the most selfless human being I've ever known. Like if there's anybody who knows how to love, Jesus. Moms are the best. Forget. You can't have it. You can't have it any other way.
They love you, and you ask yourself, like, am I this good? Am I such a
But
good
here's
person?
as weird as it sounds, man, I want to flog the hell out of me.
Yeah, standard.
Bro, like for real, I was stubborn. I don't know why. And I was a boy, like I was a legit boy child. Like I was just stubborn. I was rough. I was always the one who got sick the most. I was always the one getting into trouble. She put pepper in my eye, my ear. She flogged it.
Jesus Christ, you put pepper in your eye.
My mom is a Calabari woman.
Oh my God.
Trust me, she flogged the animal out of me. After that, she will come, will you come here? Like this.
Yeah.
Someone do something bad to you, and although it's good, she's torturing you, but later she cajoles you, and you can't even be angry.
And they explain to you why.
Why? And like, you just go back and reflect on your life and like, man, excuse my language, I messed up. But these are the things that you live by, because I keep saying everything you do is what makes you who you are now. And experience is the best teacher.
Yeah.
Recently, a friend of mine, his wife lost her dad the first day. She's in shock. She doesn't know how to accept it. She doesn't know how to believe it. But there comes a time in your life where you just know that when it happens, you just have to find a way.
It's like just move around it.
Yeah.
So I'm not even trying to measure pain. Yeah, I'll show you guys, only you guys this video, I'm not showing the public. But yeah, and so I'm 29 now, right? And felt like I could have left my house the longest time ago, but I lived.
You mentioned this before.
I thought you were 30 already.
No, I'm 29, baby.
No. You told me this before. We talked about this.
Yeah, so I'm about to even say it now, right? Because I left my house earlier, but I couldn't because my siblings are married and they have that shit going on, and my mom was going through what's that thing called? This low blood sugar whole rush thing, and it was scary.
It's very scary. My
It
mommy had
was
this.
scary. And I can relate with the waking up at 4:30 a.m. because I remember when it happens is, I'll show you a video. When it happens is she goes, obviously she'll have like a collapse and all that
Because
scary
sugar
shit.
is high
or low. And someone has to be there. I became a doctor overnight, and it was so crazy that it can happen at any time. It can happen at, my mom's a workaholic. She's not one to sit down. My mom is very active. So she can stress herself to that point where it would trigger. And for her, she doesn't even realize when it happens. And when she comes back, because she will faint and collapse, when she comes back, she doesn't even know anything for like few seconds. So it is me that's literally telling her, Mommy, please behave, behave yourself. And it was crazy because it was happening, the time very very frequent, and my room was close to her room. This is me at 27, 26, 25. Anyone that spoke to me at those times, you know, like I couldn't leave my house. If I meet the baby, so why are you living with your mother? That's your business. I can't let my mother go through this because I want to what, knack. God forgive me for that. But literally, that's why I don't leave my house. I want to knack. But fuck that. So I would stay in like my room, and literally at like 4, I would literally go to her room 3 times. 4 a.m., 2 a.m. She wakes up very early, so maybe it's like 1 before 6, because I'm Muslim, she go and pray. I have to peep, look if she's breathing, and some random nights I'll go in there, and this is, so you guys have to come close. I'm not showing the camera, but this is me coming back from the gym.
And you had to check up.
And I have to deal with this. So at this point, she's not even here yet. She goes again, like she's not here, doesn't even recognize me, But my point is, I cannot imagine losing. Do you get? I can't imagine losing. So when I was calling you guys to come on this pod, it's not because I want to do trendy or let you guys just talk to your story and just waste it. Because I know there are people going through this. I know that people going through what I went through, which is just even having someone you love so much and you not being able to like do shit. Just and I know, bro, and we literally don't yarn. Just I don't. To be honest, I didn't think anyone gave a fuck about my story to want to be telling them, oh, my mom is sick, that's why I'm acting up, or that's why I don't want to connect. Just and
I don't really understand you.
Yeah, so I didn't want to waste my time.
Generation where everybody just feels like it's
No, but at the same time, I'm not gonna lie. There are people that get it. I'm not gonna take that away from people. That there are people that would be there for you and can be there for you if you have the power to share. Yeah, I don't think I had the power to share that much. Just and for me, the only thing I knew I could do was just be around that person that needed me and not tell the world, lash out, bond, cry, die inside it, and which is bad.
Very bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Very bad.
So, and like I said, I'm not going to take that away from people. I'm sure that like not a lot of people, there are very few people that would care for you and will be there for you at that
but
period.
you didn't have the emotion to share.
Bro, I don't think the video I showed you, I don't think like that video has been in my videos for how long? Like, that's not a part of me that I would share and like yarn with people, but it's something that it's heavy. But I mean, my mom is good now. She's in America, and I mean,
chilling.
Yeah, by God's grace, she would live long, please. Hey man, I don't want to join your group.
See,
He's like, want to join us.
so here's the thing about life. It must go on.
Yeah.
So you can't. The one thing I think I picked from everything that happened to me that period when I was 14 was slow, but I actually had to start accepting that this happened. It took me a while. In fact, funny enough, it's the same year as when you're 04. That period, a lot of people died, if I remember vividly.
Even last year, a lot of people lost their mom.
A
At some
lot
point, I was like,
Yeah.
my mom was at home.
That period, people were just dying. Yeah, like 4 months before that, one of my uncles, Uncle Simon, may so rest in peace. He also my breed, he also passed away that period. A few months later, my mom happened, and people were actually dying, but I couldn't relate to that. I was just related to what I was going through.
You can't relate to that.
And as a teenager, I really didn't know exactly what was going on, because I'm still trying to figure out what's really happened to me. I'm turning to a man. I'm growing taller, like I'm stretching, emotions are everywhere. I lost my mom, like my mom understood me too well.
So, I mean, if there's something you could say to a young boy, a young girl, someone that just lost somebody, what would you say based on your experience?
Welcome to the club.
That's the wrongest thing to talk about.
No, for real. But I won't say that.
You have a very good sense of humor.
Exactly.
If it's a guy,
I can't say that.
if it's a guy, I want to look at it from, I won't say gender point of view, but there's a way you chat with a guy and there's a way you chat with a girl, and it will make sense. If it's a guy, there's a way you just vibe with him that he will pick it, but a girl, you have to be as emotional and you have to.
And not every girl.
Not every girl, but the thing is, I just have to find a way to talk to you, and I have to understand you as a person first. I need to understand your temperament.
Yeah.
Because once I understand that, once I understand your temperament and personality, I think I'll figure out what to say. But the one thing I'll tell you is, for this to happen, it means that there's a legacy you're going to drop. And it is left for you to make sure that you impress this person that is gone. Because a friend of mine lost his dad last year, Justin Ben, a colleague of mine is an actor. And we were on set in about the period where I traveled, I was around. We were on set the last day of our shoot, the night where we were going for the rap party and all that. I sat down, I was busy eating chicken pepper soup and whatnot, and I saw this boy dancing his life. And before that time, he told me that his dad had collapsed, he rushed into the hospital. I just saw him dancing. My spirit just said, his dad is gone. He walked up to me, sat down, and started crying. I just like, I said, Justin, man, look, your dad saw you go through things I didn't go through. My mom didn't see me graduate. She didn't see me bring my first girlfriend on my first job, my first gigs. Your dad saw all
All
this.
those things.
Fam, you're made. So everything you're going through right now is part of the person you're going to be. You're a blessing to your family as you are now. All you have to do is carry this blessing and shine. This phase to clear, it will go, you'll be fine. Because at the end of the day, you have to realize one thing. You are the moral compass of your happiness. No matter what you do, you are the moral compass of your happiness. For a life to start, one has to go. It's the balance, it's the skill. That's why I have yes and no. Probability is always there. That it's a half and half. There's always a two-face. Every day someone turns 21, every day someone turns 18, every day someone is born, every day someone dies.
Yeah.
It's the skill. That's how life
Skills of
works.
life.
If someone dies today, someone's being born tomorrow.
Today.
The minute you're dying, another person.
Yeah.
Population.
So, if someone goes, I tell them, first of all, accept it. No matter how bad, it will take you time, but you'll be fine. It won't be easy. You won't let go. Especially when you have a bond with that person. Second thing you need to do is, if that person is your mom or your dad, have it at the back of your mind that you have to carry their name and do greatness with it, because God's blessing comes into people's lives at times when certain people are not there. And for that to happen, it means that whatever it is they're meant to do in your life that's happened. They've taught you, they've educated you. You have the tools to now make yourself more functional and for it to grow.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Why can't God's blessing come when they are there?
Because if he does that, then the purpose of life won't really have a meaning.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, because
Yeah.
I think the death reshaped the person I am today.
Yeah.
I think this year, I was saying, like this year, I realized a lot of things. Now I have matured conversations with people.
Yeah.
Now I think I'm a different person. The way I see myself, the way I pursue things,
Exactly.
and the way little things. I have somebody looking up to me,
So now let me ask you, would you want to change anything
like the death or the present.
with who you are right now and who you were before?
You still understand?
I know,
I'll
I
give,
know.
I'll give 20. I don't know how many
I
it
will
is.
I will give 50 to say
No, I get what you
Yeah.
mean. I think that kind of situation for maybe someone like me that I haven't lost. Like,
So
mom
that's
or
the
dad.
thing.
So it's more like every hardship I've been through. That's what shaped me now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because
But
deaths
would
do
I
not really have
do I do I want to change that? No.
No.
But if God forbid if my dad goes, John, I don't say my mom. God forgive, but yeah, if my dad goes, will I want to say? Will I want to change that for that?
Yeah.
No. It's different. I mean, like with normal.
But at the end of the day, the thing is, for me, basically, I can't really define for anyone else. I'm grateful for how I turned out, because I don't think I'll be who I am if she was here.
You'd have been better. You
True.
wouldn't have had a hole in your heart.
True, but would I be Chris or would I be Christopher?
Anyone you'd have been great.
If she was around, I would have been Chris. She's not here, I'm now Christopher, because I filled in the gap myself. I was a mama's boy.
That's what I said. You'd have been. Maybe
Which
you'd have
is-
loved properly, self.
No, see, that's the thing. I had to learn how to become my own person. I won't say I had self-esteem issues, but I was very shy. I was so shy. It was that bad. Like, everything I do right now in my life, how I speak, how I carry myself, the people that constantly come around me because of the personality that I grew into, the temperament and the ability for me to do the things I do. So, if she was around, I'll still be Chris. So, her going just made me Christopher, and that's
Fair enough.
That's
That was
just it.
That's
is-
what works for Christopher.
Yeah, that's what works for you.
And I mean, upright like nah, that's not it. But yeah, I get
That's
it.
what works for Christopher. That's what
Get
works
it.
for Christopher.
I mean, thank you for coming on the pod. Do you want to say anything?
Yeah, so I think for me, I would just say you'll be fine.
You will be
You'll
fine.
be fine. You don't have any choice at that point.
Yeah.
You'll be fine, because I think the death of my mom really shaped me a lot. I was a full-time mommy's girl. I don't know what people say, oh, daughters are attached to their daddy. Nah, I was. My mom spoiled me so much that I didn't know how to cook. I I had to learn how to cook when I was living with my aunt. It was so bad that there was one soup I made. I forgot to wash the leaf.
And the stone.
And then our kids were
I'm feeling
coming.
that's a good
Our kids were coming from Abuja.
Egusi, you can't find the stones.
So our kids were coming from Abuja that day. So my aunt had already like put that in my hand. I was going to make that soup the best. I'm from Akwa Ibom. Obviously, we have the best soup. That particular soup came out very bitter. If I said the whole house, nobody could eat it.
That's
out.
I found. You went to Tony.
It was so bad that the whole house. So because of that, I mean, they were like, "Oh, it's fine, it's fine." I felt so bad that nah, I had to learn this. And nah, I'm a good cook. You know.
Come on, work for you.
I'm a good cook, and like there's a lot. I mean, I'm also like the last born. I don't think I ask my siblings for anything. I don't go to them to ask them for money because I'm now independent. I don't have anybody to run to. So this incident, these experiences will shape you to the maximum, like to the maximum. I'm telling you the truth. But it's going to be hard at the beginning. Like you cry, you think God is not there.
You get jealous of people that have parents.
Yeah.
I don't know about that actually.
I literally thought
I don't know about
that
that.
maybe God does not love me. I think for
I had
like
that thought at some point.
yeah, because why me? Why need to carry another person's own, not my own? So I mean, you think God does not love, but trust me, God loves you so much. It's just life have to go on, and yeah, you'll be fine. That's what I have to say.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Can't thank you enough. And I don't know, God, I just pray God gives everybody the power to like move to the next step.
Amen.
Yeah, we're already moving into the next step.
Yeah. And I appreciate you guys coming on my pod to talk about this, because for me this is heavy, and this is the reason why I'm doing this again. Like these are conversations that I want to put on my channel, because this is what I want someone to listen to. Someone that just one person that's going through it. I pray you just switch to Say What You Know, and you find comfort in this.
Yeah.
And you also like, subscribe, share, and yeah, please keep following us, keep liking, keep sharing, keep passing positivity, and yeah, we get to see you again and again. And please like and share and subscribe, because if not, we'll not have money to shoot more and more episodes. And yeah, thank you guys. Mwah! For what you Say What You Know. Ushe?